Om Namah Shivaya. Hello my friends, I am Sri Subroto, a scholar, a creative writer who practices Indian spirituality. I welcome you all from all over the world. Now Indian spirituality, by which I mean the spirituality talked about in the Vedas, in the Upanishads, in the Bhagavad Gita. And in a way, Indian spirituality, that is spirituality that expressed in the Vedas, is the soul of India. Without knowing them, you cannot touch the heart of India. That's very important. Now, the purpose of this video is something else. The whole world, and particularly my country, is panic-stricken because of this COVID situation. The whole country is panicky. I'm giving you one example. Wife dies just listening the death of her husband out of COVID, COVID effect. Similar happened many cases. Children are losing their parents, are totally none to see them. And now this situation obviously made each and everybody very much concerned about the present as well as the future. Now I was thinking whether Indian spirituality could help the people at large. Because we know that we have already got psychological treatment, psychiatric treatment. Let us start to understand what actually I want to mean by Indian spirituality and how I want to give Indian spirituality as a medicine for these things, these pains, these sufferings. Now, by Indian spirituality, 2 points needs to be understood very clearly. Number 1, you cannot be spiritual if you are continuously live on I, on ego, on image. So you need to go beyond I, beyond self, beyond ego in order to understand spirituality, and particularly Indian spirituality. And number 2, Indian spirituality, many times it has been said there are 4 Mahavakyas in Indian spirituality, in the Vedic Upanishadic spirituality. And all mean more or less the same thing. Let me take one. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. And then Tattvamasi. You are Brahman, you are that. It means you are also Brahman. Because out of Brahman, the result is Brahman itself. Now there are beautiful slokas and all that, but I like to go further at this moment. That in order to understand I am Brahman, it seems, and in some times it has been said too, jokingly, that you are Brahman. You have got tremendous capacity and intelligence and so on and so forth. Now, the basic point is, potentially, each and every one is a Brahman. The difference lies in manifestation. Now, the basic point is where we actually leading, where I want to go is that in order to understand, we need to understand another point. That nowadays we are, in most cases, people live on I. Our life is I-oriented, ego-oriented. That means our life is thought-oriented. We are slave of thought, but we need to go beyond thought. Now, so long we cannot go beyond thought, we can never understand that what we mean. No, we need to go beyond thought. Now, why so? You can ask me, why so? Let me quote one very interesting and very enlightening quote from a Indian philosopher, Indian spiritual leader. He once said, thought cannot solve human problem, because thought is the problem. Now, when we are totally dependent on the thought, we cannot understand. We are involved in so many things, and our mind is a chattering mind, you will know, and we never are liberated from thought. We are continuously in thought. And more interestingly, we want to find out our medicines from a different idea, from a new idea. We are playing in the world of ideas. From idea, if it is doing some harm to us, we are searching out another idea, seems to be more noble, more fine, more developed, and we want to find out our liberation out of that idea. The whole world is an idea in that way, and this is the field of thought. Thought is the field of ideas, but we need to go beyond thought. Thought, I'm not thought. Thought is mine. You are not thought. Thought is yours. There is a difference between my thought and myself. Your thought and you. There is a difference. And this difference needs to be understood. And there lies the crux of the whole situation. If you can understand that there is really a difference, me and my thought are not equal. They're different. I am more than thought. I am developed than thought. I surpass thought. I use thought. Normally we are slave to thought. We are slave to ideas. Thought in the form of I regulating us continuously. This is the fact of life. And so we have suffered, panicked, depressed, all sorts of pains, mental pains. But the point is, we need to understand that we are not thought. Thought is mine. So let us try to understand. First of all, try to detach myself from thought. Me and my thought, let us try to detach it. It is really a case that we are not identified. But in most cases we made ourselves identified, because we have seen that my image is so important that we are ready to die for our images. We will come to it later on, but at this moment, let us try to detach it from me, from my thought. If the detachment is fine and clear and can be done quickly, we are in a developed state. There will be time. I'm confirmed about it. There will be time. If you can make this detachment, this difference, a reality, then you will be free from all sorts of mental pains. I'm confirmed about it. Now, what is the nature of this detachment? That's very important. You can be a seer, You can be a witness. You can be an observer. Because you are not thought, you are consciousness. You are light. You are Brahman, as I said from the very beginning. Now, at this moment, they seem to be very much theoretical. But let us try to actualize that position. At this moment, let us try to understand that I cannot be identified with my thought. I am more than thought. So there is a difference between me and my thought. And this difference needs to be understood, needs to be practiced. The difference should be real. And if you can do that, there will be change in your life. But what kind of change? We will talk later on. But what you have to done at this moment, let us take a lesson out of it. What you can do. You can sit in a meditative posture. Try to be silent and try to see your thought, how it's functioning, without giving any input to it. That's very, very important. Because our mind is a chattering mind, continuously chatter, never silent. We are ready to react to each and everything. And you will see that when you are silent, that if you put one input to it, mind starts making Mahabharata out of it. This is a mechanism. Mind is a chattering machine. Mind is a, story-making machine, continuously making it. If you give one input, it starts making so many things out of it. They may have importance, they may not have any importance at all. But the machine is active and is continuously doing its own work. There is nothing wrong in it. But the problem is that if we cherish on that, if we depend on that kind of thing, if we depend totally on our mind and its actions, we can never be free from all sorts of mental pains that hurt you sometimes, that create tremendous trouble in you, that sometimes that hurt you sometimes, that create tremendous trouble in you, that sometimes makes you terribly difficult to face. Sometimes people ready to die also. I can refer one story of the Delhi, TV talk. There was a TV talk, television talk. One was hard. There was a political talk, political debate. One was hard out of that, in some bad words or some hurting words made by some other person. And as a result, that man died that evening. It was out of heart failure. Now these things are happening every day, every now and then. We are getting hurt sentimentally, emotionally. The only way to save ourselves, and it's permanent medicine. It's a permanent, permanent freedom from that kind of thing. A permanent recovery to make myself free from my thought. Let thought be our slave and not our masters. That's very important. Hope you'll understand that. And at this moment, try that thing. Sit silently, comfortably, in a meditative posture. Be silent, and at the same time, try to see your thought. Observe it without giving any input to it. Let thought be our slave and not our masters. That's very important. Hope you'll understand that. That's all for today. Thank you very much indeed. Hare Krishna.